So we're all raring to go again. In life, of course, there's so much more important than this game, and yet this game feels so important. It is crucial, imperative that the teams harbouring ambitions to go a long way come smoothly out of the blocks here, and it's all building up very nicely. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, he's had a shot! They've scored! An extraordinary start! Breakthrough in next to no time!
That's the perfect confidence boost they needed. Brilliant.
Really tidily gathered and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Showing good feet. Scott. Now it's Evan Nielsen. Spread it left. Nicely aimed pass. Liverpool leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Knocks it out wide. Now here's the Vinicius Junior! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
And it's Tavernier. Eva Nilsson. Tavernier! They want to be quick to recover this. McAllister is the team's great visionary. Wirtz. Wirtz will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, that's delightful. Can he get on the end of this? Shot a goal! They've done it! A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Liverpool are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Now it's Eva Nilsson. That has been slung wide. Wirtz. 15 minutes till half-time. Can he get it through? Great chance! And that is wildly off target.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
And it's Adley. Played out towards the right wing. And they're quick to get it back. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Knocks it into space. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Tavernier. Well read, nice interception. Messi.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Christie. Vinicius Junior has created 1 goal already. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Now it's Messi. Goes for a shot! Oh, and with that, the half-time whistle goes. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Liverpool in control at half-time, 2-0. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. And here's Tavernier. Tavernier gets flagged offside. Hill. And here's Eva Nilsson, played out wide, looking for options for movement. He's onside. Swept it. Christie! Really well taken goal. And the second half is off to a flyer. And that was as close to certain as can be.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him. What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking...
Big chance! Off the post! Look at the... Daddy Olmo!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Vardiol. It's a good run down the right. And it's Christie.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value...
He's got tall! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Vinicius Junior. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Nicely weighted ball. Oh, he's found support out wide. Terrific header! It's hit the crossbar. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. In with the challenge. Skims one in. And the finish! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
He's shooting! And that is doing no harm. Christie. And it's Kluivert. Oh, strongly challenged there.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Chance for a shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
No, he's had it taken off him. Now it's Yamal. He has found the way through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Played in early. Cleared away.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And this is Kane. Vinicius Junior! He's shifting through the gears here, and again. Oh, denied brilliantly.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Hakimi calmly anticipates. Kluivert. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And time is up. Liverpool can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of fans. A truly emotional roller coaster, that. So there it is. What struck you most about that? Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Well, we're on the way. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's 4-3-3.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition. And we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make...
It's roll! And that wasn't far away.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
Can he get on the end of this?
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And that's been slipped through. Yamal finds himself offside. That's really well cleared. Played out towards the right wing. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
First quarter of an hour gone. Liverpool, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Vinicius Junior. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Vinicius Junior. Lovely, now then. Raul. Oh, just skips past his man. Dani Olmo. Albert Ferrer gets over and intercepts. Pass somewhat off target. Can he get it through? Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that is a little undercooked. Raul. That's a lovely, neat pass. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. It's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Ederson clears. That's a sharp pass. Out to the left it goes.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. De Gea gets good distance on it. And we've reached half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Van Dijk gets rid without sophistication. Now it's Berbatov. Now it's Guardiola. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it. And he shoots! Goal! The breakthrough strike! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Liverpool have penetrated for the first time.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
And this is Raul.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to...
Just the goalkeepers. Can he finish? It's there! 2 up now, and they are cruising. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Oh, no joy this time. Well, Bojan Krkić set a number of goal-scoring records in his youth, and you can still see in him the qualities that made him such a phenomenon at that level.
Adaptability and pace, those are the qualities, Peter. He doesn't have the physique of a traditional striker, so it's all about playing across the front line, switching positions, keeping defenders on their toes.
And he got the best footballing education going when it comes to that sort of play. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Shot could be on. No, it's come to nothing. Cannavaro. Bojan Krkić is in a really good position out wide. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Portugal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Cannavaro gets it clear. Now that looks a decent ball. And he's managed to get free. Great defending, strong and determined. He's picked his way through.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
Nakata. That has been slung wide. That's a throw. Donatoni. Batistuta! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, that's confidence for you. Distance doesn't even bother him.
Camavinga does well to get it back. Now it's Hazard. Threads one in. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Oh, that's fabulous. Referee has just said play on. Vinicius Junior unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Bojan. Well, there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Aimed beyond the defence. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Batistuta, and he's cut it out. And the first half is done. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Neymar Well, that is a good challenge from him. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He's had a shot! He's got away with one there.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then.
And it's Van Nistelrooy. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Tries to pass it through, knocks it into space, takes a shot! He scores! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for. Simplicity itself.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
So we have the first goal.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Time and again they are repelled. So we've reached the hour mark. Hakimi. Raul. Pau Kubasi gets a foot in here.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Can he get onto this? Oh, he'll be and he has been fouled there. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Donatoni. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That pass has been well intercepted. Now, can they get him away?
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. That's a lovely, neat pass. Liverpool are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
Kubasi. It's a really well-measured ball. Messi, and this is Messi, and he shoots! It's a goal! They have stolen level at the last! And that was as close to certain as can be.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
So all square with almost no time. Neymar! Dani Olmo, and he's intervened well there. Xavi Alonso, well timed, excellent interception. He's through here. Messi, he's been bundled over, that is a foul. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. I think we've got just about enough time for this free kick.
Well, this is his opportunity to make the stage his own here.
So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. We have already started here. Donadoni! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Deftly out wide. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And that has been cut short. Not the most accurate pass. Knocks it into space. Liverpool, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. That is good alertness. Nicely weighted ball. Aimed beyond the defence. He's in space and looking for options. McAllister. Milan. Possession football, Jim. We're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has...
Shot a goal! There it is! There is the breakthrough! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Can he get on the end of this? Palmer! And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Tries to pass it through. Oh, what a ball! Tries a shot! They've done it! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Was there ever any doubt?
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
That has ended up in no man's land. And the whistle goes for half-time. Liverpool are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far. Hazard. Camavinga does well to get it back. Messi providing an outlet on that flank. He's found a way through. Danger averted for now. And it's Camavinga. Hazard. McAllister. Can he get it through? Pass is just off target. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Oh, good-looking ball. Distributed tidily. Oh, shooting chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! And the lead is extended still further. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
A case now of complete control. Ruben Dias goes direct. Milan can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Pass somewhat off target.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Posh. And he's quick to snatch it back. Has a look and plays it forward. Played into space. Vardiol calmly anticipates. Well, that has not gone well. And that's going up front in a hurry. Looking for the run. Milan are looking to break at pace. Camavinga. Oh, that's well spotted. Oh, this looks sharp. Plays a sharp little ball here. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Tries to pass it through. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Romero kept his eye on it, and he's there. Looking for the run. Hazard has it out wide and in space. Chance, surely! It's in! And they are right back within touch! Simplicity itself.
Mbappe really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Liverpool can probably lay claim to the title of having been the better side here. Certainly more results driven as they went about their business in an efficient manner. So, Jim, how do you reflect on... Hello and welcome to everybody. It's an absolute thrill to welcome you to this day one clash. And no day, of course, engenders hope or optimism more than this one. Optimism which could dissipate at a rate most alarming or last all the way to the latter stages. We shall see. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Alisson. He's an excellent shot stopper, Peter, first and foremost, but he's just as good at creating chances.
He's going for goal! That's a little off target. That is ended up in no man's land. Oh, good-looking ball. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Haaland. Jones. Vardiol. He is through here!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
He has found the way through. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. No, that's been intercepted. And it's McAllister. Liverpool, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Now, can they get him away? Jones. Shapes to shoot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And the pass is intercepted. Can he get on the end of this? And he's cut it out. And he can clear it away. Oh, there's a probing ball. Just eases him off the ball. Tries to play it through. Wirtz! Yes! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Liverpool have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect.
And the shot! And it's in! And there it is, his 10th goal, his first mini milestone. That really is quite fabulous, all his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Liverpool are doing very nicely, thank you.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Shot a goal! And again the keeper stands strong.
Great stop from the keeper. That was something else. He's definitely coming out on top at the moment. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage and it's time for them to use it.
And he shoots! And yes, it's there! Back within one! They have them in their sights again! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now. Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Short changes him with that pass. Looking for the run. Can he finish? Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
And the whistle goes for half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose.
Goes for a shot! And it's in! He won't be happy with that one. Can he get it through? Real chance! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender. Stay onside.
And here's Haaland. Jones. And the counter is on. Tonali. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, that's cause for mild irritation. It'll be a throw-in.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
He's having a go! This is their second corner of the game. Alisson breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Threads one in.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Jones. Matheus Cunha. And the through ball. In with the challenge. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
Haaland finds himself unceremoniously floored. Sticks it away! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. This has become one superb game of football.
Well, now they've saved themselves. You can really sense a change in the whole atmosphere here. It's going to be pretty manic from now to the final whistle.
And that is a little undercooked. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he? Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Knocks it into space.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them.
And he's had a shot! Keeper gets just about enough of it. So nothing between them in 90 minutes, and we are in for extra time.
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
Well, fitness and fatigue, the key factors now as we head for extra time. Into extra time we go. Liverpool pay the price for failing to close out the match in normal time. Can they avoid the same fate here, where the consequences are still more serious? Wits, and there's his chance to lead the counter. Nicely aimed pass. That's headed upfield. And it's Palmer. He's shifting, tries a shot! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Oh, the ball's gone astray. Here's a chance! And somehow he managed to miss it. Corner number 3 coming up. Soboslai plays it short. Chance! Oh, should have put that away. Extra time reaches half-time. Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? They have given it everything. It's been grueling. But who will be standing at the very end? That is very well defended. Cute ball now. How can he reach it? And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. That is good alertness. Looking to play him in. Jones. Jones running with the ball. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Liverpool get themselves into the lead. And the finish! No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And he has shown him a yellow card. Pinches it off him. And there goes the final whistle. Liverpool can celebrate now. They have exactly what they crave.